Scores! Stützle, one-timer, scores!
Great save made by Gustafsson. Right here, what an awesome pass through the slot, onto the stick of Batherson. Kachuk in tight up, let's get going, scores! Brady Kachuk wins it in overtime for Ottawa.
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. Now, tonight, Ottawa took on the Boston Bruins, and going into this game, Ottawa was actually 0-2 against the Bruins this season, only scoring 2 goals in those games. They actually got shut out last week against the Boston Bruins, and by the same goaltender they're facing tonight, Jeremy Swayman. So it's going to be a big test for Ottawa tonight as they're trying to change that script. Now, they played in Ottawa tonight, and for the first time in almost 2 months, there was thousands of fans back in the Canadian Tire Centre, which was great to see. To hear the roar of the crowd after that Ottawa Sander first goal of the night. You know, it's just great to see fans back in the stands. And obviously, 500 fans compared to thousands of fans. I'll take thousands of fans any day of the week. I'm sure players would too. So, you know, once again, it's great to see, even though it's just half of the capacity, it's absolutely great to see the Sens fans back in the stands, because that definitely helps give a boost to the boys in black and red. Now, speaking of the boys in black and red, Erik Brannstrom, you know, I made a video last night for Thursday's game against the Boston Bruins, and I mentioned in that video that Erik Brannstrom, as we all know, had 3 penalties in that game against Buffalo, and it was probably one of his worst games as of late. I mentioned I was a little worried about what the response would be from DJ Smith, the Senators head coach, to that bad game from Erik Brannstrom. You know, obviously I'm not a National Hockey League head coach, and DJ Smith definitely knows hockey better than me. I'm not going to act like I know hockey better than the guy, but we do see it a lot from coaches, especially with younger players like a guy like Branstrom. When they have tough games, they bench them or they cut back their minutes, and I was very worried that would occur. But as you can see on the screen here, it's great to see that DJ Smith didn't even have a conversation with Branstrom. He understands and acknowledges that, you know what, players have bad games, and he sees more of the good than the bad. He sees that it's just a one-off, and he's not going to make it a big deal, and that's really, it's music to my ears to see that. You know, earlier in Brannstrom's time in Ottawa, you know, the sentiment around Erik Brannstrom, around management and coaching, was not as positive as it is right now, quite frankly. So that's music to my ears. I'm really happy to hear that. And it really reflected on the ice tonight, because DJ Smith deployed Erik Brannstrom for 27 minutes and 23 seconds tonight. Absolutely fantastic game for Branstrom, of course, especially after a bad game like that against Buffalo on Thursday. But it just shows the vote of confidence that DJ Smith has put in to Erik Brannstrom, especially when Chabot is out right now with an injury. By the way, he might be back Tuesday. A little bit of an update there on Chabot. But overall, really great to see Senator head coach DJ Smith leaning in on Branstrom to push for offense and to play some defense too. He was paired with Zub in that game. So once again, it's really awesome to see Branstrom starting to really get deployed like the player we traded for, because, hey, we traded Mark Stone for this guy. So I'm really happy to see that we're starting to really make use of Erik Brannstrom. Now let's get into the game recap. Ottawa takes on the Bruins to the first period to go. No score after 20 minutes of play. The Bruins almost scored a goal though. Zaitsev with a great defensive play on Taylor Hall on the breakaway. Zaitsev knocked him down, no penalty. Good defensive play by Nikita Zaitsev. They keep things scoreless after 20 minutes of play. But we go to the second period of play, and Jake DeBrusk bats in a loose puck out of the air on a broken play. They give the Bruins a 1-0 lead midway through that first period of play. But a few minutes later, Tim Stützle, great offensive awareness by the German stud, Timmy Superstar. You know, he identifies Zub at the point, has the puck. So instead of just hanging around the hash marks, he drives to the net. And guess what? That offensive awareness by Stützle pays off. Zub takes the shot, rebound to Stützle. Bang! We are tied. Roofs it 1-1. The German stud, Tim Stützle, ties things up at 1 apiece. Great offensive awareness by him. Like I said, instead of just hanging around that hash mark, waiting for, you know, the puck to go around the boards or whatever, he identified, hey, you know what, Zub's probably going to put the puck on net. Zub also identified that Stützle's driving to the net. Great play by both of them for offense. Zub takes the shot. Stützle gets the rebound, puts it in. Tie game. But unfortunately, with a minute to go, after Ottawa was really pushing for a lot of offense late in that second period, Charlie Coyle's pass from behind the net slides slowly right to Carlo out in front, puts it past Forsberg to make it a 2-1 Bruins lead with a minute to go in the second period of play. Forsberg dove to try to cover this puck. He couldn't get it. He got to cover the puck here. Once again, another weird bounce for Ottawa to give the Bruins another lead. It's 2-1 now, which really sucks because that's a backbreaker goal, of course. You know, Ottawa's only won one game after being down by a goal or so or more after 40 minutes of play. They've only come back to win one time. So, I mean, you know, that really sucked because Ottawa, at that point, before that goal, was really pushing. So, I mean, once again, it sucked to see it, but 2-1 for the Bruins. We got a third period to play. But you know what? You already know what happened. You watched the game. Beautiful pass from Connor Brown from the right hash mark, moments behind the net. He finds Nick Holden driving to the net. Nick Holden gets the puck, snipes it glove side past Jeremy Swayman. Nick Holden, 10 points in his last 26 games to tie the game at 2 for your Ottawa Senators in the last 5 minutes of play. We go to overtime, and Tim Stützle on that first shift was dazzling with dekes and great plays, but unfortunately, with about a couple minutes to go in the overtime period, Taylor Hall slides the puck right over to David Pastrnak, who unloads a bomb past Anton Forsberg left side on the one-timer. No chance for Forsey. I mean, that was a bomb by Pasta. Whew. He got a game respect game, I guess. I mean, that was an insane shot. So Ottawa loses this game 3-2 in overtime, unfortunately. But you know what? Great effort by the boys to even get a point without Norris, without Batherson, without Murray, without Chabot. That's impressive, especially against one of the tougher teams in the National Hockey League, like the Boston Bruins. And speaking of tough, they were pretty tough in physicality tonight. The Bruins tonight were pretty aggressive, to be honest with you. Bruce Cassidy, the head coach of the Bruins, before the game wanted the Bruins to play much more hard-nosed, and they definitely did tonight. It was definitely reflected in their game. A lot of big hits, a couple of high hits too. So luckily no Sanders were hurt, but that was definitely an interesting element of the game. The Bruins were definitely trying to lay out the body there. Now, some other game notes. Stützle was dancing tonight. Great offensive awareness, like I said, on that first goal to drive to the net to get that rebound to put it home to tie it up at 1. That first shift in overtime, he was dazzling out there, and he's like tonight was exactly what we expected when we drafted Tim Stützle a couple years back. It's great to see Stützle really getting much more confident and much more comfortable in the National Hockey League. And as time goes and he gets older and much bigger and stronger, this kid's only going to get better. And tonight, by the way, was his 100th game in the National Hockey League. It's kind of crazy that we've already seen him play 100 games. But once again, like I said, he's only going to get better, bigger, and stronger. So the best is yet to come for Tim Stützle, which is insane to think about, because he's already a 0.5 point per game player in the National Hockey League. So, once again, hell of a player, hell of a game. Can't wait to see this kid at his full potential, hopefully very soon. Now, Anton Forsberg made some fantastic stops, especially in the last 30 seconds. A couple big pad stops. And Curtis Lazar had a great chance out in front, but he missed it. A wide open chance right out front in the slot. Couldn't put it in. Ottawa's lucky he didn't put it in there. Classic. I don't want to say it, but I'll have to say it. Classic Lazar there. But Ottawa gets lucky. But puck don't lie. The Bruins wind up winning it in overtime regardless from Pastrnak. Now, besides that, the next Sander game is tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Time versus the New York Rangers. I will be at the Ottawa 67s game at 2 o'clock, and I should be interviewing Tyler Boucher, Ottawa Sander prospect, so stay tuned on the lookout for that video, hopefully in the near future. It'll definitely be on Twitter. May do a video here on YouTube for that one too. Now, besides that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. I will see you tomorrow, at least for the Rangers game, if not more for the 67s. Besides that, thank you all for watching. Appreciate the support. Make sure to like this video, share this very cool stuff, and of course, click the big red button down there, make it great, and subscribe to us. And most importantly of all, turn the notification bell on to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Besides that, thank you for watching. Appreciate the support. Go Sens, go.